Well, hello, cuties. Happy whatever day it is of showing up. It is a lovely, beautiful morning here in Appalachia, and I thought, while the traffic is, well, it's picking up now, but there was like kind of bumper to bumper for a minute there. And I just thought I'd just say hey and catch you up. I went to a No King's Day protest on Saturday in my local area. It was really amazing because I ended up going on stage and singing with a group some protest songs. So yeah, that was really cool. It's kind of amazing to me how calm I felt and like in my element that I felt, you know, singing on stage. I used to feel like a lot of stage fright. And so I'm hoping that maybe this is like the end of that stage fright feeling. It just feels like, I don't know, some shift that's happened, and maybe some of you can relate to, you know, when you're in your flow and you're living your purpose, it's kind of like a duty to show up. And so I felt like it was just like, it felt like a beautiful opportunity that I had no fear. And before the protest, I definitely felt fear. I felt fear of what could potentially transpire, you know, because the way that things are publicized about protests, they can be, God, it could go any way, right? Especially in the United States. And thankfully it was very peaceful, besides like some ignorant people that were revving their engines, which I wouldn't expect anything less from these types of human beings that are just caught in the fog of hypnotism. You know, no shade, no judgment to them, but a lot of these people that have a lot to say or issues around people protesting this current administration of the United States, there's no real logic behind it that I've seen so far. It's usually just like whatever the big man says, and I'm like, really? It sounds like kind of like, I don't know, it just sounds like anti-democratic to me, you know, and sounds like very tribal mentality. And I mean, it wasn't until like last year that I really started looking into the Constitution and civil liberties and the Bill of Rights this year, especially with my American Government and Politics class that I'm taking, which was such a gift, you know, to be able to get educated on the opportunity, because I've been educating myself through my own means, but to have time and space dedicated that I'm getting credits for to really dive deep into these documents, and like there's like dedicated space for that. It's just really special. So I guess this 40 days of showing up is coming to a close soon, and what are we gonna do after that, you know? I've been thinking a lot about creativity and showing up despite what whatever internal narratives tell me. Just keep showing up and keep showing up in bigger ways. Like, it's funny because before I turned the camera on, I was listening to The School of Life, and it was a clip from The School of Life from Alain de Botton. He was saying, you know, creativity, fear is the enemy of creativity, and that's why a lot of people associate creativity with childhood, because when you're 5, you don't have these inhibitions that keep you from expressing yourself because you're afraid of what other people think. You just do, you know, there's no like in between, it's just doing. And so think about asking yourself, like, what would I do if fear wasn't a barrier? And even though I did something this weekend that would quantify as that, you know, like getting on stage in front of a crowd of people and singing the loudest voice, by the way, because the mic was so close to me but it was high, and like, it's good because people could hear it, but I was just like listening to it back because I was videotaping. Well, my son was videotaping. He was manning the front, and God, he's such a freaking teammate. I love my son, and so I did that, right? But even then, it's like there's a part of me is just like that it's not enough, you know. But not in a sense of lack. It's more of like it's coming from the place of like doing more and continuing to do more. Just because I did that doesn't mean like, oh, now I don't have to do anything because I did that thing, when it didn't even feel like it was a big deal. Like, it felt like I felt good about it, but, and I can look back and look at the context of my life and how like this was a big win for my inner child, because there was times where I could have gone and shared my voice in front of a crowd and didn't, because I was so afraid. And so to have the opposite happen, and I was just like right there front and center doing it, I just want to continue to share and be of service in whatever way that I can, so it doesn't stop just because that happened. It's a weird thing to be so comfortable and realizing like that's not the case for so many people, and it's like it's a gift, and it's more than like a talent. It's like people let themselves just stay stuck because of fear, and no shade to those people. It's the majority of people that do that, especially with public speaking. There's something about public speaking that is like horrifying to the vast majority of people, and I think it has a lot to do with persecution and just like being humiliated, because you know people can be mean and like unforgiving, and also just like this exaggerated sense of self-importance that can happen. Like, you think that people are looking at you a certain way because you're looking at yourself a certain way, and it's just not accurate. And even if it is, like, fuck them, you know, with love, you know what I mean? But in that moment, I didn't feel any of that. I was just like in the zone, singing the song. Because that's what needed to be done. So here's to more and more of that, being able to have that, because it's important to have that calm demeanor when you are in front of people, because like you're here to serve the moment, you know what I mean? You're here to carry us through, you know? And if you're so caught up in your own nervousness, like you can't serve, you know what I mean? Because you're caught up in you. And you can't be caught up in you and serve at the same time. It's just, I mean, you can, but it's, you know what I'm trying to say. So I hope you're well, and I will talk to you soon. The traffic is quite something, but at least it's bright outside. You know, for a while there we were like leaving the house at dark time, and now it's amazing how much just a week can go by, and the lightness and the brightness can, you know, because the days are getting longer. Up here in the northern hemisphere, we're going into summer, baby. I mean, we just got to spring. Let me chill out. But still, you know what I mean? Equal day, equal night, and then all of a sudden it'll be longer days, shorter nights. It's gonna be great. I am grateful. What a time to be alive. Do you realize you incarnated? You chose to be here at this particular moment in history, at this particular time of the world with all these changes, and it's just insane. It's amazing. Nothing is an accident, my dear. Well, you know, sometimes shit falls where it falls, but the vast majority of things, I mean, come on. Look alive, sweetheart. All right, bye.